Sino-sino mga NBA players or teams ang napaglutuan mo na?
Lakers, Grizzlies, Timberwolves, Suns. Ang pinakamaganda doon, I get to watch for free. Not only that,
ringside.
Anywhere.
Anong pakiramdam na sineservan mo yung mga highest level ng athlete sa buong mundo?
Hanggang ngayon, kina-question ko yung sarili ko kung totoo ba to. While serving them, no? Literal nakatingin ka sa dingding, sa ceiling. Tapos parang may isip mo na, a Filipino kid na sa karinderya lang dati, now cooks for NBA players. Dati, direct, wala namang cellphone, walang iPad, walang tablet. Gagawin sa amin ng father namin, dadaling kami sa catering. Isipin mo, ikaw, 10 years old ka, bro. Alas 10 ng umaga, nandun ka na sa venue. Yung event, 6 p.m. Tas hanggang mga 10 p.m. yun. So parang, literally, wala kang gagawin dun. Kundi manood na lang. Ang gagawin nila. Pero, nung mga unang catering namin, excuse me, 4 o'clock, gigisingin ako niyan. Isasama ako sa Divisoria. Mamimili kami. Magpre-prepare muna sila. Hiwa-hiwa lang. Tapos pupunta kami dun sa venue. Maliit lang kami pong catering eh. Maliit na catering. Nagrenta kami ng jeep, ganyan. Tapos, yung dad ko yung magsa-set up ng tables and chairs, mga ganyan. Tapos, syempre kasama ako. Tutulong din kami.
Nakikitulong ka na din.
Yes. Tapos, uuwi ulit kami dun sa karinderya namin. Tapos magluluto naman siya. Pagkaluto, maliligo ulit. Babalik kami sa venue, dala na yung pagkain. Tapos, siya din yung waiter. Captain waiter.
Grabe.
So, ganun nagsimula si Tamayos Catering.
So, naabutan mo rin pala yung time na si Tamayos, hindi pa siya Tamayos.
Wala pong Tamayos. Trabahos Best Fast Food.
Nakalagay ba yun sa website nyo na yun ang ano? Hindi.
I think hindi po. Hindi.
Oh, dito nyo lang narinig yun sa Life Over Whiskey.
Ano yun?
Pa-reveal pa siya.
Doon sa 86, ano yun? Sa M. de la Fuente Street, sa may Sampaloc. Yung tapat ng Mercury Drug doon. Katabi ng Mercury Drug Jollibee. Tapat noon, karinderya namin before. Yun yung doon nagsimula si Tamayos.
Meron ka bang certain feeling na kapag nalalaman ng tao na anak ka nung famous na Tamayos Catering, meron ka bang certain feeling na proud ka ba? Or parang feeling mo, hindi, dapat makilala ko on my own name? Meron ka bang ganun pakiramdam?
Meron. Siyempre, proud ako. Pero, it came to the point na nung nag-work na ako, nung ako na nag-handle kay Tamayos, everywhere I go, ituturo ako, uy, yun yung anak ni Tamayos Catering. Uy, anak yan ni Steve Tamayo. Uy, yan yung anak ng Tamayos Catering. Anywhere you go. Na parang I started questioning myself na nirespeto ba ako ng mga tao dahil sa skill ko? O nirespeto ako ng mga tao dahil sa last name ko? Kinausap ako ni Tyler Florence. Why are you here?
Hey everybody, Tyler Florence here. Welcome to the kitchen. We are coming at you live from Miller and Lux, our new restaurant in San Francisco, right here at the Chase Center, home of the Golden State Warriors.
Kung ganyan ka sa Pilipinas, why are you here? I was very honest. I want my own name. I literally told him, I don't want to live in the shadow of my dad.
Grabe. Tumpak sa topic. Grabe, di ba?
Yes. And I am Chef Tyler Florence. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And I told him na I wanted to carve my own name.
Podcast na naman with Gerald at Brian. Aral lang pulutan sa inuman at kwentuhan. Pinagsamang veterano, parehong talentado.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Life Over Whiskey Podcast, where we share valuable life lessons and stories you can learn from over a glass of whiskey. My name is Brian.
And I'm Gerald.
Direk Je, another episode na naman.
Kaya nga,
na
ito
sobrang
naman.
Exciting.
Bakit lagi nila tayo gabi nag-shoot, ano?
Gabi talaga nangyayari. Ang
mga interesting, no? Na
Interesting
bagay.
na bagay.
Tama.
Kayo na po bahala mag-interpret. Pero for tonight's episode, Direk, we're privileged to be in the presence. Oh, may ganun tayo.
Privilege.
We're privileged to have this person as a guest. So if I may introduce.
Go ahead, bro.
So this guest of ours literally grew up around food. Yung family business nila, mamaya ko mention, started from a simple cafeteria, karinderya, and he got to witness it grow into one of the top catering services lang naman in the Philippines.
Wow.
His dad is well known in the industry and naging inspirasyon niya yung dad niya to succeed in life at nagkaroon siya na decision to dive deep into the world of cooking. Yan, ganda. Noong 2019, he had the chance to study at Culinary Institute of America, CIA, in Napa Valley. Yan. But before that, syempre, he graduated at the prestigious University of Santo Tomas noong 2014, studying with a bachelor's degree in hotel and restaurant management. Nung nag-aaral siya sa CIA, it opened a lot of doors for him, but his biggest moment when he met Chef Tyler Florence. Inspiring na story nito dahil some of his work ethic and I would say yung ugali na in how he handles his food. Na-appreciate ng mga chef doon. And in fact, nagluto siya para sa mga NBA players.
Wow!
Ganun kami.
May specific player ba yan? Kung sino yung mga yan? Mamaya, sige. Excited ako.
Currently, he's involved in their family business here in the Philippines, managing Cafe Intramuros, Sibol in Torre de Manila, and ito na, Tamayos Group of Companies.
Ayun, Tamayos
in fact,
pala.
mag-open pa silang restaurant in Tagaytay. So stay tuned tayo dyan.
Ayan.
Without further ado, let us all welcome Chris Tamayo.
Hello po, magandang umaga, tanghali, gabi, Brian.
Depending on what time you are watching and listening on this podcast episode.
Yeah.
Grabe, Chris. Grabe naman to. Bigatin din ang
mabigat
intro.
lang, literal.
But that shows also your love of food.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yan nga, sinasabi ko parati na literally I grew up inside the kitchen. Kasi nung bata pa ako, karinderya pa lang kami, I saw it kasi tumutulong ako magkuskus ng yelo. Dati di ba yung mga bloke pa noon? Kukuskusin namin yon. Kukuskusin ko tapos lalagay ko dun sa mga halo-halo. Nagtitinda kami, yung mga uso. Tapos gagawa kami ng mga, dalawa yan, di ba? Yung 2 piso, ice tubig. 3 piso, ice yelo. Yung tawag yun, di ba? Yung naka-plastic. So,
literally grew up in the kitchen. The kitchen and the family business. Yes. So interesting. Siguro before you dive deep into the background history of you and maybe how you grew up, i-share ko muna yung topic natin for tonight.
Yan ang kanina pa ako na-excite, Bray. Ano ba yan?
I think a lot of people can relate. Lalo na for people who are pursuing their passion and sometimes they feel that they're living in their parents' shadow. So topic for tonight is how to stop living in your parents' shadow.
Wow, galing.
Very interesting.
Very interesting topic. I like it.
So, go ahead. Chris, can you please share to our low barkada, how did you grow up? Of course, we already know na lumaki ka sa business, literally in the kitchen. Gaano karami ba kayo in the family?
So, 5 kami magkakapatid. Ako yung gitna, pangatlo ko. Pero, growing up, ako yung makapal yung muka.
No.
Lahat ng
bakit
mga kapatid. Well, technically, ako yung kumakausap sa lahat. Sa lahat ng tao, super friendly, lahat. So, tawag nga nila sa akin ng bata ko, mayor. Kasi kahit saan ako pumunta, kahit yung mga security guard ng mga bangko, kilala ko. So, ayun, yung mga kapatid ko, mahihain sila lahat. Kaya, ever since noon, sinasabi nila, ako yung pinakakatulad ng father ko. So, ayun. And, growing up, yun nga, tumutulong ako. Minsan, forced na tumulong. Kasi syempre, bata ka, di ba? Dati, direct, wala namang cellphone, walang iPad, walang tablet. Gagawin sa amin ng father namin, dadaling kami sa catering. Isipin mo, ikaw, 10 years old ka, bro. 10:00 ng umaga, nandun ka na sa venue. yung event 6 p.m. tas hanggang mga 10 p.m. yun. So parang literally wala kang gagawin doon kundi manood na lang ang gagawin nila. Pero nung mga unang catering namin, excuse me, 4 o'clock gigisingin ako niyan. Isasama ako sa Divisoria. Mamimili kami. And then uuwi kami. Tapos pagkatapos namin umuwi, magpe-prepare muna sila. Hiwa-hiwa lang. Tapos pupunta kami dun sa venue. Maliit lang kami pong catering eh. Maliit na catering. Nagrenta kami ng jeep, ganyan. Tapos, yung dad ko yung magsa-set up ng tables and chairs, mga ganyan. Tapos, syempre kasama ako. Tutulong din kami.
Pakikitulong ka na din.
Yes. Tapos, uuwi ulit kami dun sa karinderya namin. Tapos magluluto naman siya. Pagkaluto, maliligo ulit. Syempre, amoy pagkain na eh. Babalik kami sa venue, dala na yung pagkain. Tapos, siya din yung waiter. Captain waiter.
Grabe.
So, ganun nagsimula si Tamayo's Catering.
Wow.
Kaya, I could say na yun din yung naging edge namin na personalized service.
Personalized.
Yes.
So, naabutan mo rin pala yung time na si Tamayos, hindi pa siya Tamayos.
Wala pong Tamayos. Trabajos Best Fast Food. Yun yung pangalan ng karinderya namin.
Trabajos.
Best Fast Food.
Trabajos Best.
Nakalagay ba yun sa website nyo na yun ang hindi?
I think hindi po. Hindi.
Dito nyo lang narinig yun sa Life
yes.
Over Whiskey.
Ano yun?
Pa-reveal pa siya.
Doon sa 86, sa M. de la Fuente Street, sa may Sampaloc, yung tapat ng Mercury Drug doon, katabi ng Mercury Drug Jollibee, tapat noon karinderya namin before. Yun yung doon nagsimula si Tamayos.
Galing. So, bro, growing up, nakita mo yung hard work ng parents mo, di ba? Parang,
And you were very much involved, eh.
Correct.
Yes,
Tsaka yung tipong, Brian, di ba? Nakita mong nagluluto, nagsaserve, namamalengke. Di ba? I mean, it's not glamorous in reality. Di ba?
Yes.
Para sa level ni Tamayos ngayon. Hindi siya glamorous at that time.
Yes.
Pero lahat nga naman ng success talaga is may humble beginnings.
May pinanggagalingan.
Yes. So, curious ako, brother. Naging ano ba to? Naging, meron ka bang certain feeling na kapag nalalaman ng tao na anak ka nung famous na Tamayos Catering, meron ka bang certain feeling na proud ka ba? Or parang feeling mo, hindi, dapat makilala ko on my own name. Meron ka bang ganun pakiramdam?
Meron. Siyempre, proud ako. Pero, it came to the point na nung nag-work na ako, nung ako na nag-handle kay Tamayos, everywhere I go, ituturo ako, uy, yun yung anak ni Tamayos Catering. Uy, anak yan ni Steve Tamayo. Uy, yan yung anak ng Tamayos Catering. Anywhere you go. Na parang I started questioning myself na nirespeto ba ako ng mga tao dahil sa skill ko? O nirespeto ako ng mga tao dahil sa last name ko? Yun.
So, nung nararamdaman mo yung ganon, na-overcome mo ba siya? Or parang kasi ganito yan eh. Ako, the way I see it, guys,
Yeah.
there are two kinds kung paano mo siya atakihin. It's either first, you embrace it. So what do I mean if na i-embrace mo? Meaning, okay, anak ako ni Tamayos, talagang ifo-flaunt ko na anak ako ni Tamayos.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, at the end of the day, minsan, kung ano yung surname mo or achievements ng parents mo, minsan, damay ka, mas madali yung proseso. It doesn't apply sa lahat ng situation. But most of the time, para mas madali na yung pathway mo. Okay. Now, yun yung first, i-embrace mo. Or, gumawa ka ng sarili mong route, which is the hard way. Yun yung gusto kong malaman.
Gumawa ako ng sarili kong route. Kasi, every time na nadidinig kong anak yan ni Tamayo, I hated it. I really hated it. Kasi parang ako, may pangalan ako. Hindi ako anak ni Tamayo. I'm Christopher Tamayo.
Hindi ka anak ni Tamayo lang.
Yes. I am Christopher Tamayo. Na, ayun nga, umabot sa point na naiinis talaga ako na may pangalan ako, bakit kailangan sabihin lang
anak ni ganito?
Yan? Ay, anak ni ano yan. Na parang doon nga papasok yung, kaya ba ako nirespeto nito dahil sa skills ko o dahil anak ako ni Tamayo?
So in short, parang kahit na gano'n, hindi mo siya in-embrace. In short, ang ginawa mo, lumabang ka dun sa
Agos.
Sa Agos, 'di ba? Lumabang ka. So, ang tanong ko, minsan ba hindi mo naisip na if sumabay na lang ako sa Agos, baka mas malaki ka pa ngayon?
Mas
ginhawa ang buhay mo. Mas malayo pa yung na-achieve mo in life.
Well, kung yan direct, kasi parang sa akin, parang hindi ko pinaghirapan yun eh. Parang...
Bro.
Ang galing nun.
Maman!
Parang sila yung gumawa nun. I'm not saying I'm not thankful.
Yeah.
I really am. Na kaya ko kung ano ako ngayon, it's also because of them. Hindi ko ikakaya yun. Hindi ko yun itatanggi. Pero, hindi kasi ako yung ano ba, how would I explain it? Yung, kung anong nandyan, yan na lang. Parang, sasabay na lang ako kasi, yun nga, as you mentioned, na mas madali. Ayoko nun eh, hindi ko gusto yun. Kasi, how can I be proud of something na hindi ko gawa?
Okay.
Hindi mo pinaghirapan.
Pero, Bray, alam mo, respect ako. Respect ako sa ginawa niya. Pero, alam mo, two kinds of respect kasi ang nabibilib ako sa tao. So, ano yung two kinds na yun? Number one, yung lumaban sa Agos. Meaning, gumawa ng sarili niyang path. Lodi yun. Pogs yun, by the way. Bilib ako doon. Kasi nga, may kasabihan na kapag achievement ng magulang mo, not counted yun. Kumbaga kung mayaman ka, not counted yun kasi dahil sa magulang mo. Dapat kung ano yung sa'yo, yun ang counted. Parang ganon. Yun yung kasabihan ng iba. So, respect ako doon. Pero, on the other hand, meron din ako isang nire-respeto sa mga negosyanteng tao na magulang nila mayayaman. Kunyari, let's just say, isang business, eto na yung level niya. Pero, kung yung anak, in-override pa niya yung level nung negosyo na yon, minaximize pa niya yung full potential, then that's another respect for me. Different respect din yon. So pareho ko nire-respeto yung hard mode at saka yung isang mode na papalakihin mo palalo yung negosyo. So yun naman yung take ko doon. How about you,
running
ikaw?
life in hard mode. No? Yeah, I mean, siguro when you come into the realization na yes, I am maybe born in this state of privilege. Siyempre, pangalan na yung pamilya mo, di ba? If you just, parang nandun ka lang sa acceptance na eto na yun, wala na akong pinapangarap pa or I don't need to maybe find something to prove sa sarili ko, hayaan mo na eh. Pero iba yung, sige, this is what's given to me. I know I'm born in a way in privilege, pero may gusto pa akong gawin sa buhay ko para ma-redefine ko yung sarili ko. I'm not just the son of my father, or I'm not just, one of the people who belongs in that family, that prominent family.
So, ang tanong ko sa inyong dalawa, unahin ko siya. Kasi gusto ko ikaw tanungin din kita dito sa part na to. Ikaw ba, do you feel like competing with your parents? You'll answer it also, ha? Ikaw. I mean, real talk tayo dito, bro. At some point ba, did you ever feel that you're competing with your parents? Let's say, specifically with your dad.
Yeah. Do you feel like you need to prove anything?
Always.
Until now?
Yes.
Why is that?
I always want to prove, I always tell him directly na lalagpasan pa kita.
Man!
Well, in a good way.
Yes.
The reason why I came back here in the Philippines is to help with the family business.
Correct.
Pero, I always tell him, lalagpasan ko pa si Tamayos. And with that said, when I say lalagpasan ko pa si Tamayos is I'll bring Tamayos to the next level.
Yun yung sinasabi ko sa'yo kanina. Exactly. Yung second level of respect ko, na ang ginawa niya kasi, nag-hard mode siya. Gumawa ka ng sarili mong route.
Yes.
Pero at the same time, Bri, ang dim natin na-realize, pati yung in-embrace din niya si Tamayos eh.
Yes.
Tapos parang ngayon, ang purpose mo na is ilagay sa different ball game si Tamayos, diba?
Kasi, direct, andun na yung confidence eh. Andun na yung confidence na I can do it. Kasi I've proven it to the US na I can. So now, I have a face na I really have a skill. I really have a talent dito. Dito sa field na to. So,
it might come from a space of proving ka nung umpisa na parang may kailangan ako patunayan sa sarili ko na I am me.
Yes.
The unique self.
Yes.
Pero maganda dun kasi, you brought it back. May care ka pa rin kasi talaga eh.
Yes.
With the family business. So if I may add input lang din doon. So my family is into the financial services industry. Literal na bawat member ng pamilya namin was a part of the Yellow Company in the insurance industry. So, ako din, I grew up in that kind of environment na nakikita ko na pinupuntahan namin yung kliyente. Pag may kailangang i-process na papers, nandun kami sa opisina. So, nakikita ko eh. And it molds you eh. Right? To the point na I also went into the family business. Dumating lang sa realization ko na apart from yung factors of teka lang, parang hindi ko na ata fully nagagawa yung pinakagusto ko sarili ko sa buhay ko if I stay here. So doon ako nag-explore, just like what you did.
Yeah.
Honestly, right now, I feel like parang I'm always thinking na how can I still contribute pabalik sa family business.
Yes.
Actually considering coming back direct in the insurance industry. Kasi hindi mo mawawala eh na yung kung paano ka pinalaki ng pamilya mo, especially if you're an entrepreneur or as a business owner, yun ang root mo eh. It's embedded in you already eh. Na hindi mo maiwasan na eventually if you find success in your own way, hahanap ka talaga ng paraan para mag-give up, para mag-give back sa parent mo.
Yes.
Hindi, pero ang tanong ko doon, Bray, same na sa tinanong ko sa kanya. Did you ever felt na you're competing with your mother? Babalik rin ko sa kanya, father, with your mother. That is my question.
Ako,
Real
honestly,
talk, bro, ah. I know, maybe tita is watching, but you have to answer it.
Actually, ang dynamic ko when I was growing up, I was not, parang hindi ako competitive. So, share ko lang very quick, drama ko sa buhay dati. That's a story I kept telling myself. I had in a way, parang strained relationship with my father before. I was also not in the state of proving. I was in the state na parang, pag ginalingan ko naman, hindi mo ko pinapansin. Pag may palpak ako, I could not hear the end of it. So, ang drama or story I kept telling myself, why try? Why bother trying? So, parang ako, even if when I went in the family business, wala ako sa state na I need to top what my mother has done. Walang ganon. I'm just, okay, alam ko this is a part of who I am. Normal na sa akin makipag-usap na client. I'll just do what I want to do. Parang ganon.
Okay. Well, since ikaw, bro, ang sabi mo kanina kay daddy mo, lalagpasan ko pa. In a good way, di ba?
Yes.
Okay, ang tanong ko, talaga bang innate na sa'yo na competitive ka or dahil lang sa tatay mo?
I think it's competitiveness sa sarili ko and sa father ko. Na growing up kasi, ay parang, yun nga, parang ako yung nakikita nilang magmamana and all that. So, my dad has really high hopes for me. Yung expectation niya sa akin sa lahat ng bagay is talagang kumbaga sa level
high level.
5-star.
Oh, yes,
Kailangan,
Michelin star, bro.
Michelin star. Yes. 3-star Michelin. So, ganon. Kaya, siguro doon na mold na parang I need to be strong. I need to do this. I need to be better. Always.
Pero curious ako, Derek. Gusto ko tanong to.
Sige lang, go.
Siyempre na-mention mo that you went out of the family business at a certain point.
Yes.
How did your father take it?
Ando na tayo sa he didn't take it negatively.
Okay.
He was actually supportive. And I was shocked, really. I was really shocked. Kasi, yun nga, after I studied sa CIA and all, Tyler Florence and my good friend Jed invited me to just Stage or yung parang, Stage is parang OJT. Parang
Okay.
For 2 days lang. Sabi ko, for fun, why not? Since andun ako. And then, after 2 days, fast forward, after 2 days of, like, cooking there sa stadium, sa Chase Center, nagulat ako. Derek, they asked me, who are you? Sabi ko, I'm just the classmate of Jed, past classmate of Jed at CIA. And then, sabi niya, do you want to work here? Tapos, doon ako parang, whoa, I have a business in the Philippines. Ganun. I didn't say. Sa isip ko lang, parang nag-flashback lahat na, I can't. Kasi, then,
Ito yung Cafe Intramuros.
Tamayos Catering. Kasi ako na po nag-handle lahat.
Okay. Sorry. My
Yes.
bad.
And then, napansin nung chef doon, tahimik lang ako. Sabi niya, we're going to sponsor everything. Lawyers, papers, everything. So, sabi ko, can I just call my dad? Yan sinabi ko talaga. Can I just call my dad? And then, my dad answered. Sabi ko, Daddy, in-offeran po nila ako ng trabaho kahit di po ako naghahanap. Ano pong sasabihin ko? Kasi, I've been handling Tamayos, syempre. Ayoko naman na parang iiwan ko sila sa ere.
Biglaan.
Biglaan.
Yeah.
Then, sabi ng dad ko na, yeah, sige, mag-train ka muna dyan. Which I was really happy. I was really happy kasi parang yun na yung start. Or I am not really start, but parang face another chapter na I'm carving my own shadow, technically.
Yes.
Making my own shadow na.
Or light.
Light muna. Light.
Carving your own light.
Carving my own light, yeah.
You are.
So, from there, after 2 days, after that call, like quick call, like 2 minutes, sabi ko dun sa chef, I'll do it. Let's do it. Then sabi niya, that's really nice. Okay, let's do it. Fast forward, after a week, they promoted me.
Ha? Galing mo naman!
Komi lang ako doon taga-hiwa. After a week, ginawa nila akong cold kitchen supervisor.
Okay.
So, yung sa mga salad, mga gano'n.
Yeah.
Fast forward, after 2 weeks, they promoted me again to kitchen supervisor.
Holy shit.
And then,
Ibig sabihin, ganun kaagaling, bro. Diba?
Right moment.
Yeah.
Right timing.
And then after a week, I was promoted again. Yun na. I'm cooking for NBA players.
Holy shit.
So,
Sino mga NBA players or teams ang napaglutuan mo na?
Technically, you could say lahat ng East Coast. Pinagluto ko yan. Lakers, Grizzlies, Timberwolves, Suns, GSW, lahat.
Warriors, yeah.
Ang pinakamaganda doon, I get to watch for free. Not only that,
Ringside.
anywhere. So, I'll go to ringside.
Best friend. Best friend. Pwede ba mag-best friend na tayong dalawa? Best friend.
Alam mo, if you really want to watch the game, yung suite, yun yung maganda talaga. Kasi you can watch the game. If you want to see the players, dun ka sa ringside. You cannot really watch the plays kasi super bilis nilang lahat. Fast forward yung games. Pero, yun nga, also, maganda doon is, after cooking the food, I'll bring it to the locker room. Then I'll serve it myself. So I'm talking to the players.
So how does it feel na ang pinagsaservan mo is highest level ng mga athlete sa buong mundo?
At teka lang, sasagutin mo yan sa pagbabalik ng
Life Over Whiskey. Of course, ako naniniwala ako na na hindi ka naman ipopromote lalo na ng mga chef sa ibang bansa. I mean, para sila yung mapilit to work for those kind of people, ibig sabihin, there's something in your character, even with your talent or your skill.
Character, work ethic, and skill talaga.
Na para pagkatiwalaan kanila. So dahil doon, brother, ano ang top 3 qualities mo
as a person?
Well, I think number 1 is being humble. Hindi sa sinasabi, pinupuri ko yung sarili kong humble ako. What I mean, Derek, is humble na i-accept mo na you can learn something from anyone. Kahit basurero yan, kahit homeless yan, lahat ng tao may kanya-kanyang storya.
My God, bro. What's number 2, brother?
Number 2, humble, and then next one.
I think I'm hardworking.
Mm-hmm.
Hardworking na hindi ako susuko hanggat magawa ko yung gusto ko, makuha ko yung gusto ko, and ma-achieve ko kung anong gusto ko.
Nice.
Okay.
What's the last one, number 3?
I think being kind enough to accept that you're not going to be the best.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I don't know if it makes sense
Lalim nun,
na
Hindi, lalim nun.
Lalim na.
Napahinto rin ako
Kind
eh.
enough to know that you're never gonna be the best.
yes. Kasi
Parang
that's
it's like, selfless ka, you're giving way. Parang
Yeah.
ganun, That's how I understand
Yes.
it, interpret it. Tama ba?
yes, and also
You're willing to give way, parang ganun.
yes, and also just parang yung feet mo na hindi lumipad sa ere.
Yeah.
Ang galing.
Yeah.
Always, parang
Ang
leave
ganda
your
na.
glass half full. Is that
Yeah,
correct,
yeah.
right? Oh, ganun. Galing.
Kind
Na-
enough
and-
to know that you're never
Never
gonna be the
gonna be
best.
Yes. Kasi
Iba, no? Iba.
ewan ko, naisip ko lang yung direct eh. Kasi at the same time, parang if kasi super proud ka na you're the Mr. Know-It-All,
Yeah.
you would not learn anything.
Correct.
It's always parang alam ko na yan.
Pero,
Which is never my attitude.
yeah, I like what he said eh. Parang, para to keep me grounded all the time.
Keep you grounded.
Oh, di ba? Galing nun. Tama yun. Kasi, actually, kami ni Bri, we remind each other yon na kahit na ano achievements, regardless if it's podcast, if it's your sales, or anything other sa business, kailangan, kalma. Kalma ka lang.
Yung magandang mindset na yun, na isipin mo, you're never gonna be the best, but you have your own greatness.
Yeah.
May part 2 pala yun.
Oh,
May part
ano yan?
two.
In short,
Yes.
goated.
Yeah,
Technically, ang pinakakalaban ko is yung sarili ko.
And now, nandito na tayo sa pinaka-inaantay natin na segment. Karaoke King ka ba?
Okay, ready ka na ba, bro?
Yes! Karaoke king ako.
Ayan.
Ready to be the best singer.
Okay, so ano ba ang rendition mo?
Ang kanta ko ngayon, Derek, ay Umulan Bumagyo.
Umulan, bumagyo.
Ayos lang.
Ayun.
Sa-sample na lang. Okay, editor.
Ready ka na?
Ready ka na? Let's
Three, two,
go.
one.
Action.
Tandaan mo na lang ang sasabihin ko sa'yo. Ang pag-ibig kong ito'y di magbabago. Kahit malayo ka sa piling ko.
Umulan, bumagyo, ayos lang.
Kailangan ba?
Ayos lang.
Ikaw pa rin mahal ko.
Ayos lang. Galing.
You're a world-class
Bro,
chef.
ang mag-score niya, editor namin.
Score na editor. Jet, ikaw na mahala dyan, ha? Oo. We're back.
We're back. Okay.
So, Derek, your question was?
Anong pakiramdam na sineservan mo yung mga highest level ng athlete sa buong mundo?
In terms of basketball.
Alam mo, Derek, sometimes, hanggang ngayon,
Mm.
kina-question ko yung sarili ko kung totoo ba to. Kasi, parang as a Filipino, di ba? Parang, at some point, lahat na addict sa basketball.
Yes.
Tama naman,
Lalo
yeah,
pag bata ka.
Mm.
Diba, panahon nila, Kobe, ganun, ganyan. Dati parati lang ako naglalaro sa PlayStation, ganun. Tapos, while serving them, no, literal nakatingin ka sa dingding, sa ceiling, tapos parang may isip mo na, grabe, na-amaze ako. Hindi dahil nagyayabang ako sa sarili ko, na parang I'm looking at a third person view na, grabe, ang galing, parang Pilipino. Full Filipino. I mean, nothing against Filipino Americans, but a Filipino kid na sa karinderya lang dati, now cooks for NBA players. Na doon ako sobrang namamindfuck or namamind blown na grabe, parang full Filipino, pinapakain yung mga NBA players.
Grabe.
Doon ako talaga na
Ano yung mga pumapasok sa isip mo may plano ka ba talaga na babalik ka na lang ba sa family business mo ulit? Gusto mong magtayo ng sarili mo negosyo?
Or pupunta siya sa hard mode?
Oo, hard mode na. Hard mode ka ba ulit? Or balik ka na sa family business?
Going back dun sa kwento ko kanina, no? Connected yun. Nung sinabi kong tinawagan ko yung father ko, I also told, they were really stunned and dumbfounded kung sino ko. Kasi bakit alam ko lahat? Marunong ako mag-set up ng table, marunong ako magluto, marunong ako mag-bake, marunong ako mag-service. Na parang, sino tong batang to? Bakit alam niya lahat? Even menu, even ordering na accurate ordering, kung ilang kilos yung ipapakain sa 10 tao, sa 50 na tao, alam ko na parang, sino tong batang to? Kasi they look at me as a kid. Lalo, Asian ako. Pagdating ko doon direct, mukha akong 18 years old, 17 years old.
Totoo naman.
Compared to them.
So parang, sino tong batang to? So, I think after to ng first promotion ko, I told them who I was. And I told them na the reason why nakakapag-accurate ordering ako, accurate luto and all, I'm used to cooking thousands. The biggest we cooked was for 10,000 people.
Oh my God.
So, in SMX. So, we carried for... During December, it's 5,000, 6,000, 8,000, 3,000. And if you don't know your numbers when it comes to ingredients, lugi ka, di ba? So, yung mga ganun bagay. So, ayun, yung... After nun, kinausap ako ni Tyler Florence, why are you here? Kung ganyan ka sa Pilipinas, why are you here? I was very honest. I want my own name. I literally told him, I don't want to live in the shadow of my dad.
Grabe. Tumpak sa topic. Grabe, di ba?
Yes. And I am Chef Tyler Florence. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Nice. And yeah, I told him na I wanted to carve my own name. I wanted my own name kasi I told him a gist of the background of me in the Philippines. So, ayun, kaya when I was there, ang mindset ko talaga is to go back to the Philippines.
Eventually.
Stronger. So, and stronger, more confident.
Para may bago kang i-bring to the table.
Yes. And
that's swag, bro.
Yun. Alam kong may i-bring ako sa table.
Yun.
Kasi I left the Philippines na every decision ko na tama ba to? Or baka mamaya kaya ganito kasi ganito. I was not confident kasi nga I was living in the shadow.
So parang it's safe to say na hinulma ka rin ng experience mo sa Amerika.
Yes, definitely. It was also a turning point because there was this self-validation there.
Yeah.
Self-validation na
importante yun talaga.
Yes, na parang, oy, may skill pala talaga ako. May talent pala talaga ako. So, that's why pumunta ako Amerika with a talagang decididong idea na I'll go back to the Philippines and lagpasan ko pa lahat ng ginawa ng parents ko. With of course not on a bad way, but to help them.
Yeah.
To make it bigger and for them to be more proud na I became this person na ako lang yung gumawa. Na without their shadow I wouldn't say without their help. Of course they helped me a lot. But ang point ko is makakauwi ako sa Pilipinas na confident ako na meron akong magagawa.
Yes. Chin up, bro. Chin up.
Yes. Na may magagawa ako and may maitutulong ako and mapapalaki ko pa yung negosyo namin.
Ang galing.
Ganda.
Ang galing, bro.
Pero shout out again kay Chef Tyler Florence. Kasi,
Yes.
he saw. I'm pretty sure he also understands where you're coming from talaga.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi he also built a name for himself
Gusto ko lang idagdag, no? Whenever I have talks, I really need to thank these people na umampun sa akin sa Amerika. Tita Amelia, Tito Lou, I always say they're part of my second parents. Thank you for adopting me. Kasi bro, they're not really quick story, no?
Mm.
Very very short.
Okay.
Si Tita Amelia, she was traveling sa Italy.
Mhm.
And then yung dad ko nag-travel sa Italy for the ordination of Cardinal Rosales. Dati. Ngayon, si Tita Amelia nilapitan niya si Daddy. Kabayan, paki-picture naman kami. As a like Filipino,
Oh, yeah,
di ba? Tapos in-invite nila si Daddy kong kumain. Tapos habang papunta siya sa restaurant, sabi ni Tita Amelia, alam mo ba kabayan, uwi akong Pilipinas. 75th wedding anniversary ng parents ko. At yung mag-cater is yung pinakasikat dun, yung Tamayos Catering.
Okay.
Tapos
Surprise!
Really surprised. Si Daddy, nagulat siya. Ako yun. Ako si Steve Tamayo. Sabi ni Tita Amelia, yeah, right. Anong ginagawa mo dito sa Italy? Well, to make the long story short, they really went back here sa Philippines with the 75th wedding anniversary nung parents si Tita Amelia, and nandun kami lahat, and from then on, naging friends na namin sila.
Naging close
And
family
then, nung
friend.
mag-aaral ako sa CIA, sila yung tumulong sa akin.
Kinupkop ka nila
Yes.
for the time being.
Yes. And then after nun, bro, I really need to share this kasi this is, I would say, really, really, parang borderline miracle. Borderline miracle. Number one, isa pang tumulong sa akin nung nasa San Francisco ako is si Tito Jojo and Tita Gina. Ka-work sila nung dad ko sa Kuwait. OFW, mga 1980s pa. Then sila yung umampun sa akin sa San Francisco. And then, backstory, after Tita Gina, meron akong 2 guests sa coffee shop ko. Friends sila. One is a priest and the one is Philam. I was talking to them. I told them, hi, where are you from?
Yeah.
You're entertaining your clients. Yes.
entertaining.
Sabi nila, we're from San Francisco. So,
From the Bay Area.
from the Bay Area. Sabi ko, I'm actually going back because I cook for the Golden State Warriors doon sa Chase Center. And they were shocked. Oh, really? Wow. Sige, let's have dinner there. So, fast forward, just to give you an idea, Derek, Brian, nung nag-work ako sa Chase Center, inampon nga ako nila Tita Gina.
Yes.
Imagine yung work ko sa UST. Yung bahay nila Tita Gina, sa Angeles, Pampanga.
Oh,
Every day
layo.
nagda-drive ako. And then, fast forward, yun nga, umabot yung dinner namin nila Father Francis. And then, nasabi nga na, saan ka nakatira? Sabi ko, ay, doon po sa Angeles, Pampanga. Sabi, ha? Ang layo. Bakit doon ka nakatira? Gamitin mo na lang yung condo namin, malapit lang. Fast forward, yung condo nila, bro, 5 minutes from Chase Center.
Oh my.
And pinatira nila ako doon din. Same with Tita Gina, sila Tita Amelia, without asking for anything.
Yeah.
And imagine, these people, hindi ko talaga sila
Hindi mo
kilala.
sila kilala. You're not blood related to them as well.
Yes. Kaya sobrang thankful ako sa kanilang lahat, sa mga Pilipinong tumulong po sa akin sa Amerika. Sobrang grabe.
Ang ganda, no? Ang ganda ng kinakwento mo ngayon. What I'm getting from this is sometimes when you feel, parang at that point, when you're pursuing something, in a way, parang hindi mo alam or uncertain ka how it will turn out. But for some reason, maybe the universe, maybe God sends you these angels in the
Yes.
form of Gina and what's her name?
Amelia.
Amelia,
Tita
yes.
Gina and Amelia. Like, these are hints
Yes.
that you're onto something, that
Yes.
that whatever you're doing, ituloy mo. Kasi if it weren't, may strain or may kumbaga mas mahirap siyang gawin.
Yes.
May pull, bro.
Oh.
That's why I always want to give back.
Yeah.
Always.
God sent you these angels. Grabe,
Yes.
Direk.
Grabe.
Kasi sobrang yung conversation natin.
Sobrang speechless kasi ako sa mga miracles na nangyari sa akin sa
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
Grabe.
Alam mo, from what I'm getting, no, ito yung takeaway ko for this topic, no. Number 1, it's okay to write your own story. Hindi mo naman kailangan na lagi na sumakay sa libro ng ibang tao.
Yeah.
Okay lang na ikaw rin maging author ng buhay mo. Diba? That's one. Number 2, ang ganda na natutunan ko na dapat humble ka lang, kalma ka lang. Kasi, ano siya eh, kumbaga parang pag humble ka, for some reason yung blessing mas papasok sa'yo. Yun yung napansin ko sa kanya. And ang pinaka-importanting learning na natutunan ko for tonight, wag mong kalimutan yung mga taong tumulong sa'yo.
Yes.
Yun ang grabe. Alam mo, sa lahat ng sinabi niya, marami nag-ano sa utak ko, pero yun yung pinakita ko sa kanya, super grateful person.
Yeah.
Which, Lodi yun, bro.
Thank you, Derek.
How about you? What's your take?
Siguro, takeaway ko talaga dito, if you're someone who maybe grew up in a family na meron nang na-establish, and you find yourself wanting more, or we find yourself realizing na there's more to this. Kasi katulad mo, again, I also have a family business eh. Pursue mo, ituloy mo. Kasi you'll never know what addition, ano yung may aambag mo more to the legacy of your family.
I like that. Ganda.
How about you, bro? If you want, you can address then yung mga tao na nakikinig sa atin.
Ating low barkada.
Oo. Ano ba yung mga gusto mong sabihin sa kanila? As well as your takeaways.
Well, takeaway ko is, yun nga, dapat, like what sinabi ni Derek na, dapat maging thankful ka parati. Thankful and humble na may matututunan ka sa lahat. Sa lahat ng tao, sa lahat ng bagay. And, wag susuko.
Yeah.
Wag susuko. And, kung katulad ko kayo na kina-question yung sarili, kung
yung
dapat
worth.
ko bang gawin to, just do it. At least alam mo, kung mag-fail, at least alam mo hindi nag-work. Kesa yung buong buhay mo, iisipin mo kung mag-work ba to or hindi
Nag-work
mag-work.
ba sana to?
Yes.
You're gonna live life with regrets.
Ano na lang ang mapapaya mo sa ating mga audience na meron same situation sa'yo na parang feeling nila they're living
in their parents' shadow.
Yeah.
Number 1, your feeling is valid. Kasi, I think, magkakaroon ng borderline na iisipin ng tao, ay, hindi naman grateful to. No. I think, mas maganda na i-try mo yung gusto mong gawin, yung passion mo and all. Kasi, it doesn't mean na lumayo ka naman, tinatakwil mo na sila eh. You can add legacy to your family on a different field. Diba? Kung if they're passionate about something else, then try it. Hindi naman porket, let's say, ako restaurant, passionate ako sa drawing, arts. It doesn't mean na kapag hindi ako nagluto, I'm disowning my family. I could also give, alam mo yun, parang an extension of the legacy that my parents did on a different way.
Yeah. Parang there's always gonna be a way to converge yung mga passions mo and whatever it is. Kasi again, yung kinalakihan mo, yung upbringing mo, deeply rooted sa'yo yan It's always gonna be a part of you Maghahanap ka na lang para mo merge. Yung sabi mo kanina, if you're into graphics and art, para mo merge yun sa cooking, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem that you have to solve. Diba?
Best example is my brother. Ezekiel, ngayon, first day of work niya ngayon, actually, architect. So, from ngayon pa lang, he's an architect. So, medyo malayo sa restaurant. Pero, we're having discussions na, in the future, ikaw nagagawa ng restaurant ko, you're going to design. So, that's parang, you're giving another form of legacy. I mean, you're giving legacy in another form.
Ang sarap sa feeling nun, Direk. Grabe. Yeah. Pero siguro, may tatanong ka pa. Sige,
Hindi. Tatanong ko lang sana, saan ka ba nila mahanap?
Okay. De, bago na i-promote yung mga social media handles niya, meron kasi siyang binigay sa atin.
Yeah.
Hindi ko makakalimutan. Ayan. So, Seaball. What's Seaball, bro?
Seaball was made during pandemic. Kaya, Seaball is sumibol.
Okay.
So, quick story. Pwede pa ba akong mag-story?
Yeah, go.
So, during the pandemic, I went back here in the Philippines. And kahit saan ka pumunta, kahit anong news tignan mo, lockdown, lahat ng news, lahat ng tao walang makain. So, ang ginawa ko and yung sister ko, sabi ko, Dottie, I really want to help these people out. Kaya Sibol, kasi biglang sumibol na I was selling fine dining food for 1,000 pesos. And then 100% of the proceeds were going to different charities. I was managed to donate sa jeepney drivers. I was managed to donate computers sa School for the Deaf, yung mga ganyan sa Rise Against Hunger. And then, kaya Sibol, biglang sumibol.
Yeah.
Then sabi ko,
sobrang malayo siya doon sa ginagawa niya. Siyempre, thousands yung
Yes,
sinaserve niya
yes.
sa in-catering.
Yes.
Pero ito, kahit isang tao bumili.
Yes. Kaya doon nagawa yung idea na bandi tayo gumawa ng something fun lang. Something na chill lang, parang modern, yung kami-kaming kids. So, ginawa namin yung Sibol and Cafe Intramuros na kung ano yung mga favorite namin kainin, yun yung menu.
Pero bro, question lang kasi kung titikman natin yan, vegetarian
This is
ako.
vegetarian.
Vegetarian friendly to. Okay. So what's this, bro?
So this is a Florentine na gawa sa almonds, pumpkin seed, sunflower, black sesame, white sesame, and it's honey roasted.
Oh my God.
So technically, in a simple Florentine or quote-unquote cookie, you can see my style of cooking na I'm highlighting the natural flavors of the ingredients. Nothing against Filipino cooks or yung ibang chefs na when we create something, lalo sa Pilipinas, mahilig tayo sa masos. Mag-gravy, masos. Diba? Nothing against that. Pero ako, I really want to always highlight the natural flavors of the ingredients.
Ang sarap.
Pero at walang bola hindi namin gines namin to. Talagang masarap po siya. Masarap po talaga.
Thank you.
Totoo, pop-up yung lasa niya.
Bagay sa whiskey, guys.
Oo nga.
Yes.
Oo nga. Baka naman pwede tayo mag-partner ng whiskey.
Pwede. Alam niyo, I worked with, pwede ba ako mag-mention ng brands? Yeah. I made the tasting menu of Hennessy. Ako yung gumawa ng menu na Hennessy and then Casamigos na tequila. Ako din yung gumawa. Then Martel. Ako yung gumawa ng mga whiskey pairing nila sa San Francisco.
Wow.
Anyway.
Baka naman yung sa inyo. Pwede natin gawa ng pairing.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let's find out.
Yes.
Alright. Sige. If you can, please do share to the guests na, the audience natin pala, no? Saan ka ba na makikita, bro?
So, una muna, yung Cafe Intramuros, of course. You can follow Cafe Intramuros. Tapos, Sibol Manila also. But, stay tuned. We're opening a upscale restaurant. An upscale restaurant sa Tagaytay. So, it's going to be farm to table sa Tagaytay.
Wow.
Stay tuned. Malapit na yun. Malapit na.
Dadalawin natin sa Intramuros at Tagaytay to, bro.
Yes.
Then, and yung sa Tagaytay, direct, walang theme yun. Ang theme nun is just good food. Just anything goes.
Walang masaya yun. Mas masaya yun.
Parang infusing all the flavors around the world.
Support kami dyan, brother.
Love it.
Please.
Alright. And with that, guys, thank you so much for... Sabi, kumakain pa rin ako ngayon.
Sana marami kayo natutunan sa episode namin.
Sana marami kayo natutunan. Thank you so much. We will see you on the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.
Tayo sober man o tipsy, aral makukuha mo sa life over.
Big Eyes Production.